Hello guys, this is the 2023 Buick Encore GX. In today's video I'm going to be taking it on a POV test drive. This one is the Essence trim. There is 3 trims you could choose from. There is the Preferred, Select, and Essence. This one has a good amount of packages. It does have the White Frost Tri-Coat, which is $1,100 option, Advanced Technology Package, Convenience Package, and it does have the Buick Experience Package. And the price on this one is $39,000. But let's go ahead and take it on a POV test drive and see how this Essence trim will do. Alright, so here's the interior of this 2023 Buick Encore GX. It does look good from the inside, and honestly, it does look small from the outside, but from the inside, it is nice and spacious. This right here is nice and soft. I really like the trim. 8-inch screen, and they're going to be a 4.2-inch LCD screen in the middle. The gauges are tiny in this Encore, but seriously, overall, looks good, and I really like the interior of this.
Luke said when you drive the GX, really drive it. It handles amazing. We took it on a performance course, and it shocked me. Would you like to reply?
Yes.
What do you want to say to Luke?
Sounds good, and I will definitely do that. Thank you so much.
It says, sounds good, and I will definitely do that. Thank you so much. Send it. Done.
All right, so I'll go ahead and try to push this Encore GX and see how it handles. But as I said, guys, the interior looks nice, and it is nice and spacious. Climate controls are very easy to use. There is heated seats, 1 USB Type-C, 1 USB aux, and a 12-volt. Here is the shifter that will control the 9-speed automatic transmission. The back camera is seriously amazing. It is nice and wide. There's different views. There's down views. There is rim. You could see the rims. And yeah, seriously, overall, such a beautiful camera system. This one has the Advanced Technology Package, and it does add the HD surround system. All right, so let's go ahead and take this SUV on a drive and see how it does. Alright, so driving this Encore GX honestly feels very nice and light, and it is very responsive, even though it has a very small engine. I'll talk about the engine when I hop on the highway, because it does have a tiny engine. Beautiful SUV, looks good from the outside and inside, and I am looking for the sport mode or the sport button, but I don't think it has one. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and leave it in drive and see how it does. But seriously, this thing just wants to go. It's very nice and light. So let's go ahead and hop on the highway. The steering wheel is nice and light. It does have a heads-up display, which I like. All right, so acceleration is not bad. This SUV has a 1.3 3-cylinder engine. It produces 155 horsepower and 174 pound-feet of torque. And not gonna lie, even though it has a small engine, it feels nice and solid when accelerating. So I've reviewed cars with small engines, and when accelerating, the whole SUV, the whole car shakes. but with this Buick, definitely feels nice and solid, and yeah, definitely good. Doing 60 miles per hour, it feels nice, solid, but I'm hearing a little bit of road noise. There is no wind noise. The cabin feels nice and isolated from the outside, but definitely a good amount of road noise, especially for the price point, $39,000. I really wish the ride quality was better. It does have adaptive cruise control. It does have lane keeping assist. Let's go ahead and turn on the lane keeping assist. It is active, and I'm gonna go ahead and set the cruise. Let's go ahead and set the cruise control. Adaptive set to 63. Switch to regular cruise and hold the bind. So you could set the gap. It does not have steering assist, but it does have lane keeping assist, emergency braking, and adaptive cruise control. This is the top trim, so you could get the select, you could get the preferred, and it only comes in 1.2 3-cylinder engine. And if you get the select, you'll have two options, two engine choices basically. You'll have the 1.2 turbocharged or the 1.3, but in the top trim, which is this one, there's only one engine choice, and it is the 1.3. So very impressed with this engine, nice and responsive, and 155 horsepower and the 174 pound-feet of torque are more than enough for this SUV. The brakes feel nice and solid, and very confident. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the steering wheel is very light, which I like. Air vents look good. Apple CarPlay on this 8-inch screen looks alright. I really wish that Buick changes the colors. They're not that good. That's where the emergency light button is. Climate controls are very easy to use, as I said. Good amount of buttons right here. Parking sensors, traction control, lane keeping assist, all-wheel drive, engine shut off, and this SUV could actually park itself, so it could go between two cars, so it could do parallel parking. And as I mentioned, it does have heads-up display, the headlight controls with the fog light controls on the left, and it is definitely a nice interior, and steering wheel is wrapped in leather. This 9-speed automatic transmission is nice. Let's go ahead and do an acceleration right here. A little bit of wheel spin in the front, but it was not in all-wheel drive mode. But I am truly impressed with the way how this thing drives. It feels nice and light, and transmission is nice and responsive. The engine is powerful. Traction control light on. Yeah, definitely nice and responsive. The suspension setup is good, and overall this SUV feels nice and solid. But again, guys, the road noise or the tire noise, it's definitely coming into the cabin, and I really wish that Buick works on that a little bit. By the way, there's something that is really cool. If you flip this, you could see the cars behind you. Let's say if there's a lot of things in the back seat and it's blocking your view, you can't see from the back window, you could just do this and you could zoom in, zoom out. You could adjust the brightness. You could zoom in and zoom out. You could go up and down. Such a beautiful LCD screen, and that camera is located right underneath the third brake light. Let's see how this Buick handles on this corner. Oh yeah, definitely nice and solid, and it feels planted, which is impressive for an SUV. Zero body lean, and it just feels light. And what's even impressive is that it has a 1.3 three-cylinder engine, and yeah, overall I'm truly impressed with it. So handling is good, acceleration is good, and braking is good. This 9-speed automatic transmission is nice and responsive. It changes gears pretty quick, and surprisingly this thing is fun. There is a home button right here. You could go back to the home screen, and I really like this SUV. It does have comfortable seats, suspension is nice and good, it handles good, but at the same time it is nice and comfortable, but definitely doesn't feel like it's worth the price. Back seat is nice and spacious. There is a good amount of headroom and headroom in the front and back. The trunk space is decent, and the interior is nice, but I feel like it's not really worth the price. 2 cup holders, good amount of buttons down there. As I said, there is a 12 volt, 1 USB, 1 USB Type C, aux, and a micro SD reader, a nice storage place, and a deep storage place right here. So this thing drives good. I really like it. MPGs are good as well. 26 in the city, 29 highway, and 27 combined. Visibility is very good too in this Encore GX. Windshield is nice and big. The mirrors are decent size, but I love the fact that seeing out of the back and the windows, they're nice and big. So you could get this SUV in all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. This one is the all-wheel drive, and it does have an all-wheel drive button right there. The gauges look right. Not a big fan of the way how the gauges look like because they are tiny. That 4.2 inch screen in the middle does display a good amount of things. It does have heated seats, safety features. Yep, it is nice and fun. And as I said, it is very, very light. Brakes are nice and confident. Seriously, this thing is really fun to drive, even though it has a 1.3 three-cylinder engine. They say driving slow cars is more fun than driving fast cars, and this thing is seriously fun, even though this is a non-sporty SUV. So definitely a good SUV, but not worth the price. I really like what Buick did, and the materials are nice and soft. Everything feels good. Everything feels and has a nice quality to it. But overall, very impressed with the way how it drives, and it does accelerate good, handles pretty good, and the brakes are pretty good too. But I wish they could fix the road noise that is coming from the tires into the cabin. But I hope you guys enjoyed this POV test drive of this 2023 Buick Encore GX. I would like to thank Luke and Buick GMC here in Wallingford, Connecticut for providing me this Encore. If you guys are around and if you guys are interested, make sure to come and check them out. I'm gonna go ahead and put their information and link at the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe because it does help a lot. And as always, I'll see you next time.